Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And today I wanted to do a video that's kind of an update or report for FrankCon 2021. So FrankCon is the convention that we run. This is the Franklin family. We're the owners of SideGame LLC, and we run this in order to get games played. Try a bunch of games that maybe some of us have not played, get some rules down, really refresh things and make sure that we know what's going on, and honestly just to have a great time playing games, enjoying, and honestly experiencing the areas in which we visit as well. So this year we had our FrankCon in Florida, and this FrankCon we did a lot of activities out on the beach. We did a lot of hikes around the different bodies of water. It was a blast. So kind of the idea of FrankCon as well is to also incorporate some sort of exercise into the gaming. That way, if we are doing so much gaming at once, it's not going to be totally just focused on that, and we're not going to feel awful afterwards. So good food, exercise, that way we can sit down and play a lot of games afterwards. So a lot of fun, great time, great gaming sessions, and I'm going to go ahead and start off the video by talking about our 4 awards for FrankCon. So this year we decided to start doing awards for FrankCon, and these awards are region specific as well as just kind of overall for the con. So the first award I want to talk about is the Florida Award. So we thought that this would be fun to have the award based on the location it's at. And this time for Florida Award, it was a game that represented something chill, something lush, something vibrant, but also strategic and fun. So it needed to kind of encapsulate what it meant to, be a Florida inhabitant. So this is, once again, I don't live in Florida. I'm here in Colorado Springs, but my brother does. So this fit his criteria for what that was. And we all unanimously agreed it's a game that we all really enjoyed. We played multiple times during our trip, and the winner is going to be Coloretto. So Coloretto is a very small game here, and in Coloretto, the whole premise is to compile these colored chameleons, and your whole goal is to collect 3 large sets of them. And you're going to do this by putting chameleons in these piles, and each player is going to take one of those piles each round, but it's up to you when you decide to take a pile. So you can wait until they fill up, or you can take them very quickly once they have 1 or 2 in them. So it's up to you when you do that, but the longer you wait, the more potential you have of loss of control of what goes into the piles. So as soon as you take one, you pass for the round, but if you wait to take one later, then you might get some colors you're not looking for. The 3 highest colors you get are all going to be positives, while any other colors are all negative points, and they accumulate, they exponentially grow based on how many you have. So you're trying to get all those colors without getting a bunch of different, without going too wide, right? So really awesome game, very quick, very easy to play, fun factor, a lot of press your luck, correct timing, quick tense decisions with putting things into piles. A great game. So really like this one, and I think it's well deserving of our Florida Award for being so chill, being fun. You got this nice luscious artwork, this green theme. It's a lot of fun. So Coloretto, our Florida Award winner. The next award winner we're going to be talking about is for the best strategy game. This is Brass Birmingham. So a lot of new players to Brass Birmingham, and that's great because this game needs to get played by as many people as possible. So Brass Birmingham has you playing as a leader of industry, and your whole goal is to build this giant network so that you can make as many sales as possible. And you're going to be doing this by putting out these road and boat tiles and creating these industries and selling them to cities. And when you do, you'll need beer usually to support that sell, and hopefully the ultimate goal is to flip your tiles, because those tiles are worth victory points on the back there. So you're trying to finagle your way into good positioning and piggyback off of lots of other players. So there's a lot of tactics and strategy in this game, and it's all card driven, which I think is wonderful. So easy to play, quick turns, and a really interesting variable turn order based on the price of the things that you bought the previous turn. So I really enjoyed this game, and it was a hit with everybody who played it. Great experience, fantastic, lovely game. That's the strategy game of the year. This is for 2021. For strategy game of the con, that's Brass Birmingham. Now our next game was for the I'm Going to Stab You award. So in these large cons, one style of game that we do enjoy, these kind of dudes on a map, area control games, lots of get in your face, and our I'm Going to Stab You award winner is going to be Rising Sun. So we big fans of the Eric Lang games, things like Blood Rage, Rising Sun. Excited to try things like Chaos in the Old World, and very looking forward to Ankh with lots of cool games like this. And I really enjoy Rising Sun, and this was a hit for everybody that played. this group already really likes things like Blood Rage, and this was new to two of the people playing. So not necessarily new. We had played a game, maybe half of a game before, but ran out of time based on the people we were playing with beforehand. But this time we played the full game and got that full experience, and it was a great one. So much so that it's kind of contending for some people's spots on their favorite Eric Lang game. So really interesting how this game, that single play was so positive for the players. And I totally agree. I think Rising Sun is wonderful. It's a game where you control these large groups of units and you're sending them on the map to participate in battles. And each round, those battles are going to change where they're at, and you're going to be controlling kami, you're going to be controlling different creatures, and you're going to be purchasing advantages to war to participate in these battles. So I think it's super fun. I really like the action system here. You have these mandates up at the top that you're going to be playing that determine the actions that everybody at the table gets to do, and whoever plays it gets a bonus usually. And there's this great ally system that works very well, and it's got a great arc to the game as the battles are going to change places, so it encourages players to move because you're ultimately trying to win battles from all the different regions. So really awesome game. Had a great time with this one, and it left a really positive impression on a lot of people. So really like this one. This is our winner for the I'll Stab You Award. This is Rising Sun. And if you want to know, I got destroyed in this game. I got so destroyed. This is probably the worst game that I've ever played, but I had a great time. So I played the Koi clan, but man, I got murdered. Once people realized what I was doing, I just got bought out of everything. It was not good. So that's that. And the last award goes to Space. This is the I'm going to be buying a copy of that award. So did go down to Florida, and we brought down some of the library with us. And this was one of the games that, as soon as we finished playing, needed to get played again and was put on a shopping list to purchase. So Space is a very simple family game where you're going to be rolling dice, and the dice are going to give you bonuses based on cards in front of you. And you'll activate the blue when it's your turn, and when it's other people's turns, you can activate the red, which is going to be accumulated based on the cards you buy. So, for example, if you bought this 3 here, it's going to push that card under it into the red side, and see all these reds on the bottom. You can trigger those abilities multiple times if other people keep rolling those numbers. So it's got a great system where everybody rolls 2 dice, and you can either add the numbers together or you can use them separately. So this 3 here, if you rolled a 3 and a 3, you could activate 3 twice, or you could combine them and activate your 6. So really cool. I really like this system here. It's a great take on this style of game. I do recommend that if you do play this one, play with the light speed variant. It starts you with 15 coins and 6 cards, and you're going to pick and choose kind of your starting engine. It really gets the game going, and it makes it a much quicker pace and a much more fun time. I do not recommend playing with just this flat starting resources, so it just takes way too long in my opinion. But great game, really fun, and one that everybody just wanted to play more of and wanted to own on their shelf. So this is the I will be buying this award goes to Space. And that's all the awards for FrankCon. So we did some other amazing things in FrankCon. We worked on our Button Shy game. We did complete the 24-hour challenge. However, we did not submit it. So the reason we didn't submit it is after the design was finished, we thought to ourselves, we really do need to playtest this more. So hopefully we can submit it later. I don't think so. I'm sure the contest will be over by then. But potentially work on it ourselves and make something come out of it. So I'm interested to see where this game goes, but I'm positive it's not going to meet this deadline for Button Shy's contest. I'm pretty sure it's actually over already. So, but I do want to quickly go over all of the different games that we did play during FrankCon, and we'll just go ahead and run through them very quickly. So first game was Maracaibo. Maracaibo is fantastic. I love this game. One of my favorites. Got to show this to my brother. This is one that he's really interested in. He liked the narrative system, and the theme is great. I love the exploring. Great time overall. Next one here is for Santa Monica. This one breathes a nice beach city. So I love this theme here. I love this artwork as you're building all of these, this pier as well as your beach itself. So a lot of fun here. Great theme. Not one that I'm too overly over the moon with, but one that my family really enjoys. So go for it. Next is Pax Pamir 2nd Edition. Amazing game. Great time here. I pushed really early in this one to win with the Afghanis. I was able to get in some points early, but ultimately lost it to the British, or was it the Russians? One of the other groups that the other two at the table were working with and really supporting. So I was unable to hold that lead at the end, and ended up losing to the double points at the final dominance check. So close. I took a risky play, and it didn't pay off at the end there. But this game is lovely. Love it, love it, love it. Blood Rage, we played this a couple of times. Fantastic. Still love it every time I play it. I tried 2 brand new strategies this time, and that was awesome. So I tried one where I used the pig to do a lot of positioning, the new promo. And then the second battle, I used another new promo. I used Nidhogger, the world, I forget, he's like the serpent that's around this skull pile. Oh my gosh, terrifying. But he gets extra points when he kills people based on how many, after he wins a battle, based on how many people that person has that are dead. So it really punishes people using a Loki strategy, which I think is cool. And I played where I just kept on getting combat cards and just tried to win as many battles with this one character, and it worked really well. So I really enjoyed this one. Blood Rage, love it. Yeah, this is an incredible game. Up next was Tekhenu, and a lot of us are really big fans of Egyptian themes, and this was perfect. It's a great game. I love the dice drafting in this game. I love how relatively quick the game is for the level of complexity here. Great choices. I love the layout of the board, and I love the interconnectedness of the actions and the multi-use dice. I really enjoy this one. You okay, Corn? My dog's over there being cute. So that's Tekhenu. Lovely game. Up next, we have the Balderdash. So Balderdash is an incredible party game. Love this one. The creativity that is involved in this game really makes it shine for a party game. The creativity comes from the players as opposed to the cards. I absolutely love this. So that's Balderdash. Incredible game. Next is MicroMacro Crime City. Got to play a couple of rounds of this. Fantastic. Great game. Lots of funny moments as you are looking for the different cases. It's very accessible, and I love that the objectives are on the board. Sorry, not on the board, but the objectives are public, so you know what you're actually looking for. And a lot of these detective games, you'll have a list of questions at the end of the scenario, and so you don't really know exactly what you're looking for, and that can be frustrating sometimes. But this one literally has objectives that you complete, and they allow you to move on to the next part of the game. So I love the story, the complete story that you tell during the game of MicroMacro Crime City. Up next is Circle the Wagons, a very quick little button-shy game. This is super great 2-player game, very quick to play, and I love how you're stacking the cards, and you have lots of customization with your own personal area as you play. So I really enjoy this, and I love those tense decisions of knowing when to take a card further and knowing when to pass. Awesome game, Circle the Wagons. And next is Bards, Dispense, Profanity. This is one that I'm not the hugest fan of. This actually should be in the side game library, so I need to go ahead and do that, and you'll see my rating here. I actually rate this one a 5. Mediocre. Take it or leave it. That's my personal opinion, but my wife loves this one, and that's honestly the reason we played it. She really enjoys it, and I will always play any game with my wife because I just really enjoy spending time with her. So I think that's great, and this was a great one. So this is awesome to spend time with my wife. So it's Cards Against Humanity, but using Shakespeare quotes. So take that as you will. Next is Yellow and Yangtze. Another awesome game. I really enjoy this one. Such a unique game with the way that you're going to be scoring points, playing tiles, and interacting with the board. Very similarly to Pax Pamir, where no one really controls the different countries on the board, but you're influencing them and scoring points in those countries. So some cool decisive battles, and highlight of this, we use the brand new Board Game Geek Up bits, the bamboo ones. Oh my gosh. They are so nice. I would probably just play this game multiple times just to feel the components, honestly. I kind of want to play this right now, if we're being real. Super awesome game, Yellow and Yangtze. Up next, we've got the Sprawlopolis. Sprawlopolis is a great cooperative game. You're going to be putting out a town very similar to Circle the Wagons, but this is the cooperative version, someone can play. And we used the Beaches expansion this time because, hey, we were in Florida, it was fun, it seemed very appropriate, and it was a lot of fun. So I really like this small, quick, cooperative game. Great objective system where they have 18 cards, and on the back of the cards are all objectives, and you flip over 3 of those, so every game is going to be completely different with the way things come out and the way you're going to be planning to satisfy the different objectives. So awesome little game, Sprawlopolis. Up next, Marvel Champions, the card game. Got to introduce this and played some multiplayer games, and it works really well. We tried some of the more basic scenarios, going against Claw and some of the core game, but using some of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And during this play, I realized I really am not the biggest fan of Groot, unfortunately. I don't really like his passive play style, but I do enjoy Rocket Raccoon. So Rocket Raccoon is really cool. I really love his different techs and the different upgrades, and I really like the different strategies you can play with how you build him based on the aspect you choose. And I'm excited for more cards to fill in those different aspects for the tech upgrade specifically. Next games are, these are kind of little bonus games here. We've got Spot It. This was played during a Zoom call. Sorry, a FaceTime call with my nephew. So played some online Spot It, and you can imagine how difficult this is seeing the symbols. It's a matching game. You're matching the symbols from the cards, and I played this game seeing maybe half of the card at a time, and I still won. It was pretty great. Pretty impressed with myself on this one. So Spot It, great matching game. I actually really like this game. It's a reaction speed game, but it's done in such a clever way where every card matches another card, and I really like it. There's a whole bunch of versions. You can find one you really enjoy, but that core system of every card matches every other card, but only one symbol matches is really fun. The other game that we played with my nephew was the Sneaky Squirrel game. I'm going to go ahead and rate this one let's give it a 2. Very bad. Won't play ever again. I don't think I can do that though, because I'll probably play this with my nephew again. So we'll go number 3. Number 4, not so good, but would play again. We'll go number 4 because I will probably play this again with my nephew. It's very much a hi-ho Cheerio game. You flick a spinner. It tells you what color to get. You get the color. If you get all 5 colors, you win. You're collecting nuts. Super goofy little game. I think the cutest thing though is you can see in the background here there's the little tweezers that are a squirrel. You're going to use that to pick the nut from the things, but playing it over FaceTime, I don't actually get to use the squirrel, and I don't get to spin the spinners, so you can imagine how exciting and enthralling this game is. So, but once again, similar to Bards, Dispense, Profanity, I'm playing this with my family. I just enjoy playing with my nephew, so I'll play whatever I want, or whatever he wants with my nephew. So super blessed. So usually we play FaceTime games together, and my go-tos are things like Camel Up, where I can control the game, but he's still making these cool decisions where he's able to choose the different camels to move around, and I think that's a blast. So if you want a really good FaceTime game for a video conference game for smaller kids, Camel Up is incredible. I would strongly recommend Camel Up. Amazing game. And the last game that we played was Terraforming Mars, so a fantastic engine building game. Always play with the drafting variant. It is the way to play it. Also play with Prelude. That way you can have this amazing customized engine from turn 1 and continue to develop as you play. So the setup and the initial draft is as important as the actions you're taking during the game and that timing of all those actions. So great theme, awesome game, and I can't wait to try Ares Expedition. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So that'll be here soon, hopefully. Getting all those updates recently, so that'll be in the library very soon. And that's it. That's FrankCon. So FrankCon was a blast. I'm super excited for next year. I think it will be here in Colorado Springs next year, and hopefully, if things get better, we will be able to open FrankCon to more than just our family, because at the time it was not very safe to have it open to more than just our family. So hopefully we can break it open a little bit more and we can actually have attendance. So that would be incredible. Hopefully that's something that can happen in 2022. So that'll be in Colorado Springs, I believe. Right now I'll have to confirm, but I think it'll be in Colorado Springs next year. But FrankCon 2022, after we get done with our big move, hopefully we'll have a large space with lots of different areas to have people in, or if it does grow to a size that's even bigger, let's make sure that we can, accommodate as many people as possible, because the whole point is to enjoy games together and have a great time with them. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about what you saw here or any of the games I talked about, please let me know. What did you do? What cons are you excited for? What kind of things would you want to see at something like FrankCon? I'd love to hear what you think. And thanks so much for watching. Side Game Strong.